Intuition is like a spiritual muscle. We can receive insights and information from our intuition at random times. Usually, it's when something is in a more heightened time, like a major event that is about to happen or recently happened. But did you know that you can have it be a more daily part of your life? From feeling guided to what is the next best book for you to read? Or maybe it's a person that you needed to talk to who ends up being the key to a solution you've been seeking. Or maybe it's having an aha moment of why you're experiencing something in your life as a lesson. Many times a day, we are receiving intuition. Wait, let's reward that. Let's make the word intuition mean messages. Every day, we are being sent messages in all aspects of our lives by a loving higher source. You can call this God, spirit, source, universe, whatever feels right for you. Sometimes these messages come through and we recognize them. It's our job to receive them. It's one thing to recognize that we are getting messages from God. It's another to receive them. What does receiving messages or intuition look like? This is the part that most of us get stuck on in our modern days that we live in, where logic, practical, analytical, makes sense is praised as the best intelligence and way to make decisions and gather knowledge. However, our brain is finite and limited to how it's able to process information. Our spirits and our body and energy body is infinite in its ability to receive information. It doesn't have a cognitive bias like the brain. It receives information in all forms. It doesn't have a perception. It just receives energy. If anything, our body spirit picks up on truth, and our brain is what gets in the way, and it disrupts us from receiving information and messages. Our brain thinks, nah, that can't be true. I don't see proof, or I haven't experienced anything that would confirm this is true. So we dismiss the message. We dismiss that intuition, and that dulls our intuitive muscle as we do this over and over through our lifetime. But we can do things to strengthen our intuitive muscle. But how can we do this? The first step is to recognize getting the information that feels inspired, out of the blue, or shown in repetition to you, like hearing about a specific book by two different friends and then hearing about it on the radio. So recognize that you might be receiving a message. Next is to not judge the intuition or message. This dismisses it if you do. Trust that you don't have to know why or where you are receiving this information before you are willing to receive it. Trust it. This allows you to naturally and easily move right into the receiving mode. You are allowing this message to come in, to trust that it has importance and meaning for you. Next, and most important, is to act. When you act on your intuition, you are doing the second part of receiving. When you take action, you are proving that you trust that this message is for your highest good, even though your brain may not understand how yet. This part requires faith. Sometimes your brain will eventually get caught up to speed to the knowledge that you feel in your heart and stomach. Sometimes it takes a little longer for your brain to get that confirmation. Nevertheless, you need to act on that prompting. Every time you act, you are strengthening your intuitive muscles. You are proving that you are hearing and willing to receive messages. This allows more messages to be sent your way. This positive reinforcement makes it easier for you to recognize even more messages and makes it easier to have faith in taking more actions on the information you receive. It's easier to trust yourself to take action because you've proven yourself in taking actions in the past and how those turned out to be true. As you do this, you will continually be filled in awe and live from a place of being heard, seen, known, and loved. To recognize how God is into the details of our lives and how we are all connected to each other's lives as well. You are so loved. You are so important. There are missions in life that can be done by only you. Trusting and acting on your intuition will help you fulfill all that you came here to do. So don't be afraid to exercise your intuitive muscles. Recognize the message coming in. Trust. Don't judge it. Don't dismiss it. Receive the message and act.